Are they the best you've seen so far?
This is levels. When they switch on, I don't see many teams beating them. The only chance the opponent, they will invite the opponent to the game is when they relax and they switch off. That's the only moment I see the opponents come in the game, but this is something else. And now everybody is eating, just like Alexis said. So it's a team to watch out. They are the favorites to win the World Cup, the tournament, and is on another level.
60-minute. Mbappe picks up the ball just outside the penalty box, and 3 Moroccan defenders rush straight at him. They're closing every lane, giving him almost no room to move. Most players would hesitate.
Back in, Doué able to find Mbappe through traffic, Kylian Mbappe!
But not Mbappe. He stays calm, shifts his body with one smooth move, and bends the shot through a crowd of players toward the far corner. The ball flies past Bono's fully stretched hand. Now freeze that moment right before the ball reaches the net, because that's where the biggest question starts. How does a team that controlled possession for so much of the match still end up getting torn apart at the biggest moments? France had less of the ball, yet they controlled the game where it mattered most. Morocco didn't reach this World Cup knockout match as a team that was simply happy to be there. They had already shocked the football world, beating top opponents with incredible discipline, smart defending, and relentless determination that made up for any gap in star power. They had become the pride of an entire continent. Morocco wasn't just winning games. They were taking down football giants and making some of the biggest teams in the world look ordinary. Their deep defensive setup frustrated everyone they faced. Opponents could keep the ball for long stretches, but finding a clear chance was a completely different story. As the pressure and frustration grew, Morocco would wait for the perfect moment to break forward with lightning-fast counterattacks. That approach had carried them all the way to this stage, and it was exactly why no team wanted to face them. Before kickoff, their manager understood the challenge in front of him. Instead of taking unnecessary risks, he set his team up to defend deep from the very first whistle, inviting France to figure out a way through. For a while, that plan held up, at least on the scoreboard. Morocco finished the entire first half without a single shot on target. Their closest attempt was a long-range effort from about 30 yards that never really troubled the goal. Even so, Morocco stayed organized at the back. They kept their shape, stayed disciplined, and forced France to fight for every bit of space. Behind them, Bono stepped up again and again. Every save, every cross he confidently collected, and every dangerous moment he spotted before it fully developed helped keep Morocco in the match. Without Bono, this game probably wouldn't have stayed close for nearly as long. That's what made Morocco so dangerous. They weren't just defending and hoping for the final whistle. They truly believed they could pull off another huge surprise. This wasn't about limiting the damage. It was a clear game plan.
Zlatan, where is Michael Olise for you right now in terms of best in the world?
Dembele, Olise, Mbappe. Messi.
You like Jamal, right? So.
Jamal, sorry. Bravo, king of the jungle.
Yeah,
I like that. That's why we need Kerry in the studio, because I'm getting old. I'm getting things.
Carried out with confidence by a team that had already proved plenty of people wrong throughout the tournament. Then the match started to shift. Instead of moving the ball safely from side to side, France began attacking right through the middle, putting Morocco under a different kind of pressure. That's the moment every remaining team in the tournament should pay attention to. France spent long stretches with less possession, even dropping below 50% during parts of the second half, yet it barely mattered. They never looked out of control. That's because real control isn't about keeping the ball the longest. It's about deciding when the game speeds up, when it slows down, and when to strike. Morocco could enjoy more possession, but France dictated the moments that truly mattered. That's what controlling the tempo really looks like. You let the other team pass the ball in areas that aren't really dangerous. You stay calm, stay patient, and wait for the exact moment to attack on your own terms, not theirs. It sounds easy, but almost no team can stick to that plan when the pressure keeps building. France managed to do it from the first whistle to the last. The biggest test of that patience came before either goal was scored. Mbappé stepped up to take a penalty, but everything suddenly stopped. The referee delayed the kick, reset the ball, and waited through a long VAR review that seemed to last forever. When the penalty was finally taken, Bono guessed the right way and made a strong save. What happened next was even more impressive than the save itself. France didn't lose their focus. There was no panic, no rushed decisions, and no players forcing risky passes out of frustration. Instead, they stuck to the same plan they had trusted all game. That calm approach is what eventually helped them break through Morocco's disciplined defense. Many teams facing a deep defensive block keep passing the ball from side to side, hoping a space eventually appears out wide. France stayed patient and waited for the right opening instead. France refused to get pulled into that battle. Instead of endlessly moving the ball from side to side, they attacked straight through the middle, forcing Morocco's central defenders into impossible decisions. Do they step forward or stay back? Do they track the runner or protect the space behind them? Every choice created another opening, and France always seemed to have another player ready to take advantage. With several French attackers stretching Morocco's back line, someone was almost always left free. Focus on two runners, and another one suddenly appears in space. That wasn't luck.
So with Ousmane Dembélé, the Ballon d'Or winner, in terms of his prime, where would you say, Grella, he is?
Right in the middle. Prime is peaking.
Yeah, he's at his very peak.
Yeah, for sure he is.
29 years of age as well, so don't disagree with that one at all.
If he scores half the chance he misses, maybe move him a little bit more. But
You agree, Nige?
I agree.
All good?
It was a tactical plan designed to keep constant pressure on a deep defensive block until it finally cracked. The first goal showed exactly how that pressure paid off. Doué won the ball back in a crowded area, and it rolled perfectly to Mbappé just outside the penalty box. He didn't hesitate for a second. Using the defender in front of him to block Bono's view, he shifted his body and curled a brilliant shot toward the corner. By the time Bono saw the ball, it was already flying past him, 1-0. From that moment, the entire match changed. Morocco had to commit more players forward as they searched for an equalizer, and that was exactly the kind of space France had been waiting to attack all along. Dembélé collected the ball and drove straight at the defense with real purpose. There was no need for an extra pass in the final third. He sold the defender with a quick fake onto his stronger foot, stayed composed, and fired a low finish into the bottom corner. 2-0. 2 goals in just 5 minutes, and neither of them came from good fortune. This was France's game plan, unfolding exactly as intended. Their patience, discipline, and perfect timing paid off twice in rapid succession. Those goals weren't just important because of the score. They showed the quality and confidence running through this French squad. And that's what should catch the attention of every team still left in the tournament. And it starts with Dembélé, because the level he's showing right now is no fluke. He's playing some of the best football of his career. Defenders know exactly what Dembélé is capable of, yet stopping him is a completely different challenge. He can attack with either foot, cut inside, or go down the outside, and that uncertainty forces defenders to hesitate. Sometimes that split second is all he needs to break past them. You could see it clearly on the second goal. No defender wanted to rush in too early because one wrong move would leave them completely beaten. That tiny moment of hesitation gave Dembélé the space he needed to make the difference. Then there's Michael Olise, who has quietly stepped into an important creative role since Griezmann retired from international football. He keeps finding pockets of space that shouldn't even be there against such a well-organized defense. Morocco's midfield spent long stretches trying to predict where he would appear next, and they rarely had the answer. That's what makes Olise so valuable. It's not about flashy tricks. It's his intelligent movement and positioning that stretch defenses apart before the ball even reaches him. None of that attacking quality would matter without the hard work happening behind it. Rabiot and Kone may not grab the biggest headlines, but that's exactly what makes them so important. They win the ball back quickly, move it forward with simple, smart passes, and protect the defense from dangerous counterattacks. Because they handle that work so well, France's front players can attack with complete freedom. They're not constantly racing back to fix mistakes because there are very few mistakes to fix. That balance gives France a huge advantage every time they go forward. Behind them, Saliba and Upamecano provide the perfect foundation. They're calm under pressure.
No, they are the favourites. They are the favourites. I think the attack, you know, I don't think they've really been tested defensively, but the attack, they're like the Avengers. So many players, Michael Olise, Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Doué. There's too many players, Bradley Barcola. So many options, you know, going forward. It's going to be tough to stop.
Comfortable with the ball at their feet and confident enough to step into midfield whenever the opportunity is there. Even when opponents try to press them, they rarely look unsettled. That kind of composure gives France a strong platform to launch attacks. And it's much rarer than it might seem at this level. There's another detail that's easy to miss if you're only watching the goals. Nobody in this squad plays like they need to be the star of every attack. No one gets frustrated if a teammate takes the shot instead. After both goals against Morocco, the celebrations were about the entire team, not just the scorer. Compare this squad with the French teams from 2018, or even the side that reached the 2022 World Cup final, and you'll notice something has changed. The earlier French teams had incredible individual moments that often changed games on their own. This squad feels different. Quality runs through every position, so even if one superstar is taken out of the game, another player is ready to step up without the team losing its rhythm. Then there's Mbappe himself. He missed a penalty after a long VAR delay that could have shaken almost any player, but only minutes later, he responded by scoring the opening goal as if the miss had never happened. That wasn't just about talent. It showed remarkable focus and the ability to move on instantly instead of letting one setback affect the next. That's what should make every remaining team in the tournament take notice. The question isn't simply how to stop France's biggest stars anymore. The real question isn't whether you can stop one player. It's whether any team can survive 90 minutes against a side this patient, organized, and clinical. Morocco's tournament run deserved enormous respect. They inspired millions and proved they belonged among the world's best. This time, though, they came up against a France team performing at an incredibly high level and making almost every big moment count. France aren't just winning matches anymore. They're raising the standard every opponent now has to prepare for. So who do you think has what it takes to stop them? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and leave a comment with your prediction for the rest of the tournament. I'd love to hear your thoughts.